Is your sound playing?
It is now. You hear it,
Okay.
Steve?
Well, I know we got to check it. We didn't check it, so I hear
Well, I
it.
did check it. You just weren't around,
Okay.
Steve. You weren't around. And I'm glad I checked it because we need to get started, Steve, right about now. Now, yeah. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Loan Officer Breakfast Club. Glad to have you here. Let's see. Thursday, October 9th. Oh, I have a big announcement, Gen Z. I have a big announcement. Little Ozzy Evans. Today is the day. She is going in. She's going in for the, what do they call that when they make it happen? They force the
C-section.
situation. Huh?
Induce her.
See, usually a C-section, right?
Not a C. It's
They're going to induce.
induced.
there
She's
you go.
going to be
Okay.
induced today. They're going to force the situation and get
Yeah.
that little rascal to pop out today. Yeah,
Good.
she goes in at noon.
Wow.
So I'll be a little tied up today, I think.
How many
Exciting.
grandkids will this be for you?
This will be, believe it or not, if we throw in the step grandkids, because we have to, because they're our grandkids and we love them, right? It's 11. 11. I mean, what the heck, man?
11 grandbabies.
Dude, like Thanksgiving is nutty.
Hey, who's got grandbabies?
Thanks.
Drop it in the chat. How many grandbabies you got?
Yeah, how many
So-
grandbabies you got? Let's see. That's a good one,
All
Steve.
right.
I want to see
Yeah.
that.
Well,
Yeah.
I want to know what they get called too. Like, what's your grandma or grandpa name?
That's a good one.
Oh, well, that's easy. I'm Popo.
I know.
Papo.
Yeah, I'm Popo, and my wife is Nana. Yeah, what's
Yeah.
your guys' name? That's what you meant, Jen. Yeah, what are your
Yeah,
you
guys?
got
Nana
Papa,
and Grandpa.
Grandma. Yeah.
Yeah.
My twin brother's
Papa.
going to be a grandpa. So his son Caden got married, I don't know, earlier this year. Brother, they popped a baby out like within like I mean, he's it's so funny because he's so young. He's 18, so he's going to be a young daddy, and they are just precious, man. So
Oh, wow. Popped
Yeah.
a baby out. Got down to business.
they got
Right.
down to business.
All right, all
man.
right. We're doing this family thing. Let's get it moving.
Do it. So,
Yeah.
all right, Steve Hill. Let's see here. Gina, my husband is Peepaw. I like that.
Poppy and Cece. That's a
Yeah.
good one. Yeah, one grandson. Yeah, Peepaw.
Fernando
That's a good
said
one.
for a second I thought it was Dr. Phil speaking.
Indeed. Well, good stuff. So yeah, so that's happening today. So the old induction or whatever you call it is
Yeah, induce. Yep, they're going to.
yeah, that's happening today. So this weekend will be quite the weekend for us over here at the Gray household,
Finally.
I'm sure. Yeah. All right. Hey, guess what, guys? We got Megan Pavone in the house today. This is going to be really, really cool day. I got connected to Megan, I don't know, a few weeks ago, maybe a month ago, right, Megan? Something like that. And it's just, I stumbled on this whole business loan thing, and it's just crazy. And what, I won't spoil it. We're not even going to get into it yet. We're going to talk about some wins first or whatever. Stick around for this one. This is going to be just nutty. You're going to dig it. It's cool. All right, man. Let's see. Speaking of wins, I'm going to go to Kelly Dutton real quick because I like Kelly so much. Kelly's killing it for me right now, guys. I got to tell you, she's going to be on. I'm hoping next week. I think is what we're going to do.
Just
Kelly,
Kenny. It's okay.
hey, oh, Mickey, sure, Mick. Yeah, whatever you say, buddy. Kelly, pick somebody for a win. Look around the screen.
Trying to find somebody new. Let's do Tanisha Harris.
Tanisha Harris. All right, Tanisha Harris, are you with us? Come on.
I am. What are we doing?
We're just going to see how are you. What is going on? Are you good?
I'm good.
You good? Are you getting some deals in the door?
I'm working on it.
You're working on it. Okay, good to know. And when you say you're working on it, Tanisha, like, what are you doing, man? What's the process here? Are you working our gig? Are you working the process, the realtor calls, just getting appointments, or where are you at in this whole bag of tricks we call the mortgage business?
So I'm working the realtor calls, working that angle out. I have a couple of referrals in process, but they're kind of working on some things.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess for me, I'm starting to put myself out there a little bit more. I've kind of been like the best kept secret. So getting out of that mode and opening up.
Good. Yeah. How long you been in the biz?
About 3 years.
3 years. Okay, good. So you know what's going on. You got it happening, right?
I know the processes. I know the mortgage stuff. It's the people stuff that I'm working.
You're working on the people stuff. Yeah, the funnest part. The mortgage business is great if it weren't for the people.
Right.
You know what I mean? You know?
We could
Yeah, that's a cheer. Yeah. If it weren't for the people, this business would be killer. You know, it'd be great. Yeah. So when you say you're going to get yourself out there more, what are you thinking? What's on your mind? What are you
So right
contemplating?
now, yeah, for me, it's doing more networking events. I'm kind of, I don't know, a homebody-ish, so I don't like happy hours and those types of things.
Yeah.
But following up on realtors that are doing open houses, that's kind of my thing right now.
Mm.
And then also, I've got like a weekly webinar type of Q&A coming up, a lunch and learn.
Oh, you okay? So you're putting that together, and
Yeah.
and this is something you're putting together. Cool.
Yeah.
Well, and I don't want to keep wrangling you here, but just out of curiosity, what's it going to be? The lunch and learn. What are you gonna do?
Actually, it's a first-time home buyer, but I've put together a content plan to talk about one topic weekly, and it's a call-in Q&A about what's going on with that.
I want to give you. Have you ever done this type of thing before? Is
It will be my first.
Okay, is it going to be on a Zoom kind of a thing, like a
Yes.
virtual? Okay, great. So I want to give you some encouragement, and I want y'all in the chat to give Tanisha some encouragement, because here's typically what happens. And Carl shares this story all the time. Okay, and this is because you can call these Zoom things very similar to webinars. And I love Carl's story, Jen and Steve, where he's like, "Yeah, the first one I did, like no one showed up."
Yeah. Yeah.
And then he called his mom and said, "Mom, could you please show up at the next?" And the next one was like him and his mom. You know what I mean?
No.
But-
The second one, his mom didn't
drove
show
either.
up.
Oh,
He
she didn't
invited
show.
his mom, and his mom didn't show up. So that's
Now, I know this doesn't sound encouraging yet, Tanisha. So far, this does not sound encouraging.
No, it didn't.
But it gets better. I guess the point we want to make is, man, you stick with it. You make sure you get that out there. You don't stop. You don't worry if there's two people on there. You do it because you're practicing. You're getting your shtick down, right? You just stay consistent with it and let people know that you're doing it. The title companies, everybody, whoever it is you've decided to kind of help you with the promotion of it, eventually those things pay out really, really well. They
Yeah.
do. But like
So
anything
I
else.
figured that's probably for me the best way to get my foot in the door, is to show that I'm doing something consistently so that when I'm calling on realtors, they know that I'm doing something and I'm not just this rando person calling.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like, oh, man, she's got it going on. She's doing things. Good stuff. Well, hey, man, we encourage you greatly. Thanks for letting us pick on you a little bit and
Thank
talk to you
for
this
picking on
morning.
me. And now it's
Yeah.
out there and I have to do it right.
That's right. Yeah, you made the commitment. Now you're doing it. Yeah. So, hey, Chris Johnstone. Hey, thank you, Tanisha. Great talking with you this morning. So great. Chris Johnstone, how are you, man?
Good, my man. Frank and Steve, what do you think about Tanisha calling agents and inviting them to the webinar and doing like that personalized, like make your phone calls to your qualified agents and invite them to the class? Do you
Very
think that
good
would help?
idea. If you're getting value from this already, go ahead and tap that like button. It helps more loan officers find content that actually makes a difference. And hey, if staying ahead of the market and learning what's really working in our industry matters to you, hit that subscribe button and ring that bell so you don't miss another episode. We read every comment, so drop your thoughts down below. We'd love to hear from you and know what's working or what you'd like us to cover next. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll catch you here next time.
I think
Yeah.
it's good.
Yeah, in fact, I remember in our process, that's part of it, right? When we're making a call, we're either trying to get an appointment or following up from an appointment or trying to get them to come to an event is
Yep.
typically what we do, And it's really cool, Tanisha, because now you call and say, hey, I just want you to know I'm putting on this thing. If you got anybody, this is the time, this is the date, here's the link, and then it makes it easier, right? Make sense?
It does.
But
And
only
it's
call
weekly at the same time, so it's
Perfect.
a no-brainer.
but only call the big dog agents.
That's it.
Just the big dogs. Yeah, that's what you do. All right. Well, good stuff. Well, I tell you what, guys, I'm gonna introduce to us. Megan Pavone. Yeah, Megan Pavone. She is with ARF Financial, and this has been fun this week. I mean, we had Justin on yesterday. I love bringing you guys guests where it's like, hey,
These are resources we could use right now. Yeah,
money
man.
making guests.
Well, don't do that. That would be crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, this is like these are guessers like, hey, wow, if I work with that person, I can put money in the bank. That's cool. So I hope you guys are enjoying these types of guests. And Megan is one of those people. I met her. And I'll give my brief story, Megan. And it
Mhm.
was I somehow I came across business loans. Right, these are business loans that are like for your self-employed people. Business lines of credit, that kind of a thing. And I always thought that that was pretty interesting. I did an email blast to about 60,000 agents saying if you know anybody, and I got a couple of leads. I got one in particular that was, here's the truth, guys. I don't know anything about these things. Like, I don't know I don't know how to do them. I don't know how they function. I know nothing about them. But of course, like a good salesperson, I got a lead and someone asked me if I could do it. I said, absolutely.
Now
Oh,
we
it
got to
sounds
go find a
perfect.
solution.
Indeed. You
Uh-oh.
bet we can. We're going to do that.
Yeah.
And so I did have a couple of people that I knew that funded those things, and I checked with them. And they couldn't help. And then I had a resource that I use. It's called Janover. I don't know if you guys are familiar with it. If you do commercial loans or things like that, there's this thing called Janover, and they have a WhatsApp group. And I went in there and I said, I got this. Does anybody got any ideas? And somebody said, you got to talk to Megan over at ARF. I was like, oh, Megan at ARF. Okay, got a hold of her and got connected to her. And I don't know, do we still have a deal trying to work or not? I
We
can't.
do.
We
Yeah, I
still
had
do.
talked to
Okay.
Ben today. Yep.
All right, all right, but yeah, I talked to her and I was just so impressed because it was basically, look, Frank, just get signed up and just give me the deal. It's like, just give it to me, get out of the way. I'm like, I like this. This is a great way to operate. You know what I mean? And she's gonna tell you how much money you can make on these things. It's redonkulous. It's
Mhm.
absolutely freaking redonkulous. I'm not going to spoil it anymore. I'm just going to let you take it away, Megan. Megan Pavone with it's not AFR. In our world, we have a company called AFR. Just so you know,
Yep.
Megan. Yeah,
Yep.
it's ARF.
Arf like a
ARF.
dog. Off.
Yeah,
Arf like
ARF.
a dog.
ARF.
Yep.
And we have a link we'll give you guys. You can get connected to Megan right away. It's workwitharf.com. Jen, you could throw that in there now if you want. Workwitharf.com. It's just a quick little form. Just put in your stuff, hit go. She'll connect with you. So we'll give it to you now. We'll also give it to you in the middle. We'll give it to you at the end. Megan, take it away. Let us know, how do these things work? How can we make money with these things? Give us all the goods.
So I'm gonna first of all explain that I have a mortgage background, which I don't even think I told you that. My husband does, but
Right.
I started at Wells Fargo in subprime mortgages. So I was the reason for the crash. So, but anyways, I'm very savvy when it comes to the residential side and everything that, stems from that. And I was with Wells Fargo for about 3 years. I was top producer, did very well. I did auto loans and mortgages, and it got a little bit quiet. So I had to move on, sold copiers for a while, which a lot of salespeople do. And then I came back into finance around 2017. Or no, I'm sorry. When did I have my kid? 2015. So 2015. So I've been back in finance for 10 years. I've been at Bank of America. I did business banking there as a business banker. Very interesting job. Did SBA lending. I saw a lot of different types of lending. And then I went back to ARF. So I was at ARF, Bank of America, ARF. So ARF, to kind of give you a precursor, started in only restaurant financing, which is it's a very niche market. So ARF stands for Advanced Restaurant Finance.
Huh.
However, COVID happened. So we had to pivot and we brought on this massive, we call it a loan broker program, which I'm going to introduce to you guys. That's now called Loan Stars. And 90% of our business overall, not mine personally, but overall, is based upon referrals. So we pay a lot of money for very good referrals. Anytime they fund, we all get paid. So that's the easiest way to look at it. But we don't just do restaurants, we do a lot of manufacturing, dentists, doctors, medical. So how it can be an asset for any of you that are, working on mortgages for, personal clients, business clients, whatever, is if they are a business owner, right then and there, you have a lead. They can be any type of business owner. There's something I could potentially do for them. Grocery stores, yes. I see. I have a lot of grocery stores, a lot of food manufacturing, things like that. But we are a true bank. So there are other companies out there, which I'm going to talk about in the slideshow, that do hard money loans, and they're called merchant cash advances. And Frank found me on WhatsApp, and I'm a part of a lot of these groups that do offer these MCAs. And that's what I try to buy out, because I have the competitive edge that we're not a hard money lender. We are a true bank lender. We offer a true line of credit, and we have a true resource for business owners. I'm sorry.
We got him. No, somebody was unmuted. We got him.
Sorry. I didn't know if somebody was asking me a question, but I am going to pull up this presentation so that we have something to reference. I just want to be sure that I'm not super rusty. All right, starting share screen. I want to share this screen. Sorry, guys. You're good.
No worries. We're good with this.
Yes.
Take your time.
Okay.
No big deal.
There we go.
Yeah, no big deal. Okay, go.
All right. Does everybody see my screen?
It will pop up here shortly. There it is. You're good.
All right, cool. All right. So the name of our referral program is called Lone Stars. You do not have to be an employee of ARF. You do not have to be a licensed broker. You just have to be somebody that knows business owners and wants to make money. So the fact that you are all in the mortgage industry means that you have a lot of leads that you probably didn't even know about. This is just about ARF, been around 24 years. We are licensed out of California. You can read this on your own time. That's really not the meat and potatoes of what we're going to discuss today. All right, this is the good stuff. This is to get you excited. So I'm going to give you an easy example. You introduced me, somebody said something about a grocery store. You have a grocery store client that's working on his mortgage right now with you, but he is in need of working capital for his grocery store. So he says, hey, do you know anybody? And you say, I do. You do the introduction. You give me, a contact number. You can text it, whatever. I meet Mr. Grocery Store person and they need $100,000. I get them approved for $100,000. They take all $100,000 on their first draw. You will get $8,000 in total. 8 points on.
8
we have
points.
very good margins. 8 points. So upon funding, depending on what time of the month that you fund the deal, you will get $4,000 up front. The other $4,000 will be residual, meaning over the next year, because these are 1-year revolving terms, just like any bank line of credit unsecured. You will get the other $4,000. So 4,000 divided by 12. Every month on the 15th, you'll get a deposit into your account. So pretty easy. You literally make the introduction and I take it from there. I'll loop you in however you like, but you don't have to do anything if you don't want to. I'll handle all of it. This is my job. So that is how much money you can make. That's an example. This is what we sell. This is our number one product. It is called Bankroll. It is a true revolving line of credit. So you have a $100,000 line of credit. You take $100,000 tomorrow. They then make a pay down of $50,000. 2 weeks later, the line resets, you have more available balance, your payment goes down to reflect that pay down, and you can take draws as you need them, pay down as you need them, as many times as you would like. Also, they can take the money up front, decide they don't have a need for it anymore for a long period of time. They pay down, they just write out the loan or the line for the next 6 months. There are no utilization fees. I know big banks charge those. We don't. So that is something great about this product. This is telling you a little bit more about it. Unlimited draws of at least 5,000 or more. This is stuff that once you get signed up, we can go through together. It's just a little bit about what I sell to the client. So we go up to 1.5 million. I would say our average loan size, like our bread and butter of loans, would be anywhere between 100,000 and 450. That is pretty much like a lot of what we sell. If they exceed 450, we do more of a financial spread, just like a bank would, but the process is still very quick. We can roll out a line of credit for a business in 5 to 7 business days, sometimes less. So it is pretty quick, pretty efficient. And because we fight a lot of those, like I was saying, the MCA brokers that can give the fast money, super quick, 24-hour funding. You're paying for it, and your clients will hate you because they are literally stuck in something that's not SBA compliant should they ever want to get a conventional loan with their bank. They cannot, per the disclosure laws this past June, they cannot pay off or include MCA debt. So this is the best option for them if they approve for it.
Mm. You know, I know you got a lot to go here, but man, there's
Yeah, you're fine.
so many quick questions. So,
Yeah.
And guys, I just want you to know, some are asking, well, does my mortgage company have to get signed up? And no, right? I mean, this is not a mortgage loan. This is something that you get to do as an individual person who just happens to know a lot of business owners. You connect them to Megan and you make money if they get a line of credit. It has nothing to do with your morttage company. It has nothing to do with
you don't have
nothing to do with any of that stuff.
Yeah.
So so there's that. And they're asking about, do you run credit and is there EPOs? In other words, can you claw back the commission I made? If you gave me the commission, can you take it back? So there's those answers. You guys run a soft pull on them or something like that?
So one of the slides, if you guys will let me get through this next two screens, I go through the criteria of what we
go through your presentation.
If you want me to do it now, I can. I'm
just messing with you. Do your thing. I just wanted to get some of these questions answered real quick because I can see they're like, wow, what about this? What about that?
So I will say there is no pull. We do an authorization. So it's a little bit different in our world. So when we get their credit or run their credit per se, they don't see any inquiry on there because it's more of a business pull because our guarantor of the loan is actually the business, not a PG. So that is something that will probably come up. Do they have to sign a PG? No, they do not. It's they are the guarantors of the business, the human beings behind the business, and they are personally tied to it. But we go after the business if, in the unfortunate circumstance of default. We will go after the business, not the client's house or anything like that, which is also very good to know and comforting because I know a lot of people get very weirded out about PGs. I get asked that daily. So that is to answer that. As far as the mortgage company versus the individual, you can do either way. My husband's company, their whole company signed up. All 500 of the LOs are under me. They basically, Neighborhood Loans is the name of his company. They will basically just send me leads through their company. However, on the flip side, they have another branch in Minnesota that the individual signed up himself using his social security number. So you can sign up a business or as an individual, totally your call. I do both. So it's your call. All right. The other product we offer is an interest only product. This is going to be the same type of revolving line of credit, but it allows them to only pay interest only. This is good if they're looking for a bridge, like they're waiting for an SBA, they're waiting for a bunch of money to come in from an investor or a partner buyout, anything like that. This would be a good product for. Also, it's harder to get approved for because we look at it more tightly because in our world, probably just like yours, we need to get into the principal, like pay down quicker, and we're not paying down any principal if they're only paying interest. So it's harder to get approved for, but it's an awesome product. And a lot of your grade A clients will definitely be interested because the payments are so small and they can control it. They could pay off tomorrow and have only paid interest through the day of payoff. That's the other thing. We don't do fixed rate per se, meaning you have a $100,000 line of credit, you're charged 20% interest because yes, the interest is higher on these because these are unsecured. They're not against any collateral. So the way we make our money is if they ride the balance and don't make any pay downs. So it's just like a credit card. So if they're only making minimum payments, they're getting charged, 20 something percent APR only if they, keep it for 6 months to a year. Now, if they keep it for 2 months and pay it off, they've only paid interest through that 2-month marker. So that's really not, it's a nice selling point because if they're, blown away by double-digit interest, they don't necessarily have to pay it. It's only if they treat it like a loan and they just carry a balance for, a longer period of time, just like they pay more if they max out a credit card. Okay. That's just about the interest only. Oh, we have 2 promos right now. Just want to throw them out there. I can share any of this information with you if you email me. We have the Independence Bankroll that can be attached to any of our products or loans. It offers 8 weeks of built-in interest-only, micro interest-only payments that they can use anytime during the next year after they sign up. So if they fund tomorrow and they're seasonal like we are in Chicago, then they would basically probably want to utilize these micro interest-only payments during their slower months, like December through February. So that's really nice. For every 500 or for every $50,000 that they take on their initial draw, they get a $500 Amex gift card up to $1,000. So basically, average loan size is $100,000 anyways. So you can offer them $1,000 gift card. So we can stack these promos. Really, really nice. Clients are really excited about that. It applies to all new clients. All right. Preferred business types, you can look through this. I'd rather talk about the ones we don't lend to, just to be completely clear. We do not lend to trucking. We don't lend to cannabis. We don't lend to, what's the other big one? We don't lend to attorneys, and we don't lend to anything in agriculture or residential, like if you have a client that's a contractor, we don't do it. So no flooring, no windows, no anything like that. It's just not our wheelhouse. But we have, as you can see, 2 pages of businesses that we do work with. So I'm sure you'll find a good fit. Now, on the flip side, you do have a client that falls into an industry we don't work with, still send it my way. As Frank knows, I have a wheelhouse of partner resources. I can still help you, and I can still help you make money. So just keep that in mind. To qualify, so they must be a brick or mortar business, meaning they cannot work out of their home. They can in the sense if they're IT, like if they have web platform and things like that. But if their business address is their home, registered on the Secretary of State and all the good stuff, that is a no. They have to have a separate business address attached to their business. We do home health care, but again, separate business address from their home address. They have to be open and operating for at least 1 month. We don't do any acquisitions. So let me speak mortgage terms for you guys. You have a fix and flip property. It's mixed use. So you've got, 2 condo units and there's a pizzeria downstairs. They've never owned a restaurant, but they're going to open this pizzeria. I can't do that loan until they're 1 month time in business. I don't do anything against real estate. However, if they're a business owner for something else, call me. I might be able to do a loan against that business to help them open up the pizzeria because it's the same common guarantor, same owner. Minimum annual sales. If it's under a year time in business, we look at the last 3 months or the last month, what they're trending to times 12. It has to at least be 200,000. Another good rule of thumb that's easy to resonate with, always think that we can do 10% of their annual sales. That's what their initial loan amount's looking like. It can be higher than that, but just for rule of thumb, if they're doing $1 million in sales, they're going to at least qualify for a $100,000 line of credit. It's different than an SBA. It's different than conventional. We can't do 50 to 100% of their sales in a loan or line. It's very conservative. It's up to 20% when they're longer time in business, but just keep that in mind.
Hey, just as a reminder, if you're enjoying Loan Officer Breakfast Club here on YouTube, you can catch our live shows. The live shows are really cool because there's oftentimes downloads and giveaways. It's really, really fun. To subscribe, you simply go to loanofficerbreakfastclub.com. That's loanofficerbreakfastclub.com. Subscribe and join us on our live shows. They're 8:30 a.m. to 9 a.m. Eastern, Monday through Friday. Hope to see you there.
We do loan terms. They're shorter terms. So it's going to be a year to 3 years. Our average loan term is going to be a year and a half. That's pretty typical of a line of credit because they always are up for renewal at the end of the calendar year. So it's just like that. So we will renew, refinance, have them pay off, open a different product. It doesn't matter, but it's always 1 year to 3 years for the total term. Okay. Now, talking about debts that they currently have, we subordinate to any bank loans, any EIDL loans, any SBA loans, any business mortgages, it doesn't matter. However, if you start seeing these on decks, hard money, money lion, toast, any of those loans are considered competitors to us. I'll handle it, but I can only see 2 of those on the bank statements. So we do, I think the next slide. All right, we talked about that. We're trying to find what, okay. So we look at when you submit something to me or introduce me to a client, the client, sometimes you'll have the documents already because you're doing a mortgage for them or have done a mortgage for them. I would need the last year of tax returns. So 2024 has to have been filed for the business at this point. We're dangerously close to the 15th. So I would definitely need no more extensions. It would have to be 2024 tax return. I would need the last 3 months of bank statements. So we are a cash flow based business. We care about what's been happening in the most recent months because it's unsecured against the business. So if the business did 100 grand in June, but now they're down to doing only 20 grand, that would be considered seasonal. And we'd be looking at them only doing the 20 grand. We would forget about the 100 grand because they're in a slower season. We would have them fill out an application. Now, sometimes even though you're in the mortgage industry, sometimes you'll have your own application that will have the basic information like the business that they own, that they operate, the EIN number because it's on the tax return. You'll have their personal info as well, driver's license, things like that. However, if you don't, I will easily, once we connect, send you what we call a UMCA. It's an editable application. You can just send it over to them and we will not run their credit until they click confirm on a button. So nothing gets run and it's again, not a hard pull. It's a credit authorization. So it's different for us. It's not going to be anything that would be considered an inquiry. This is just an easier way to submit a file if you wanted to do it this way. We've got many options. This will be something we would cross once we connect. But the easiest is just to email me and then I can take it from there, just at least for the first go around. All right. The process of a file. So again, I was saying the 5 to 7 day process. So to set realistic expectations with your client, they need money next week. They have maybe they're closing on an SBA and they're short for the down payment. They need a quick, I always use the 100 grand example. They need a quick 100 G's. So they come to me, they apply. We submit all their documentation. They go into the underwriting queue. Once they're in the underwriting queue today, they will be assigned to an underwriter by tomorrow. By the end of the day tomorrow, they will have what we call the underwriting guarantor interview. They will speak. I will coach them as to what to say, meaning not coach, but I will what to expect, what to expect on that call so that they don't get weirded out by the underwriters because underwriters speak a different language than we do. Let's be honest, they totally do. So you have to be careful what you say. So by the third day, they've already had the call. It's in final decision. By day 4 or 5 of the process of the business, 4 or 5 business day process, they should have their decision. Any closing documentation we need will be submitted and then reviewed. Once it's all cleared to close, we close within 5 to 7 business days. So it is pretty quick. This just kind of outlines that process. This is what Frank was saying. If you would like to be a partner, you're going to go to workwitharf.com. That's my cell. You can always call me, text me with any questions, and then that's me. So any Q&A, I know it's 8:02, 8:03.
Yeah.
Frank,
We're at the top of the line.
Yeah.
What I'd really love you guys to do is, Megan, any chance you can drop those slides into the chat?
Let me see.
If you could do that, that would be great.
I can just send you the file, right?
Or you can just, if you've
put it in
got
the
the file,
chat.
you can literally just grab it and drop it into the chat on the Zoom. It'll plop right in there.
Okay.
If you can. If not,
I would be happy to. Yeah.
yeah.
I'm
If
just
you
trying
can't,
to-
that's okay. You can just email it to me.
Okay.
But here's the thing, guys. Just make it easy on everybody. She'll get you all this stuff. Just go to workwitharf.com. All you're putting in is your name, your phone number, email, so she's got your info, right? And then you can engage with Megan on everything. There's so many questions. There's a lot of questions. So I would just say the best thing, workwitharf.com. She can engage with all your questions there because we just don't have a whole lot of time here. But is that cool, guys? Can we do that? Is that
was
everybody
awesome.
cool with that? Yeah. Hey, interesting. Isn't it cool?
Yeah.
It's like you've got these business owners. A lot of them can use these credit lines, this working capital. Guy, I'm going to bring you back to the very beginning. 8 points. Here, let me put this all in perspective. Send name 8 points. Okay. That's how this all works. And another thing too, I saw some guys worrying about rate and all that kind of stuff. Listen, my borrower that I sent to Megan, super rate, tripping out, like all that stuff. But the way that these loans are structured, it might be, it's 20% or something crazy. But in reality, it's not based on how you use it. Megan was trying to explain it to me. I'm like, I don't know what the heck you're saying. Okay. So she said, just let me talk to the guy. He was like, sold. She knows how to present this properly, right? So the best thing to do is just get your people to her and just let her do her gig, right? If she gets it closed, 8 points, 4 up front, 4 over the next 12 months, no EPOs, just incredible. That's why I wanted to bring her to you guys. I'm impressed. I'm digging this whole thing. I'm going to be getting more business over to her as much as I can, right? And it's super, super cool. So let's see. Yeah, workwitharf.com is where you want to go. Right. I think we should there's so many questions, guys. Please just engage with because we got to get out of here. I got to go.
Yeah.
I got to go.
Frank, I emailed you the presentation. It won't let me send it or post it in
Oh,
there.
okay.
So.
Hang tight, guys. If you hang tight, I might be able to grab it real quick.
Yeah, and if you guys have any questions for me, you can do it, off camera or whatever. Just feel free. I'll get back to you, within the next hour or two.
Yeah, if you just fill out that form, that's the best way to do it. It's all it is your name, phone number, and email. And I put her email in here as well. It's Pavone at ARF Financial, financial, right?
Yeah.
So I'm gonna put that in there. Pavone at ARF Financial.com. It's in there as well. So yeah, so that's in there as well. Yeah, just reach out to Megan. I hope you guys enjoyed this. It's cool stuff, man. It's like another revenue stream that it's out there. You got a database. Some of y'all got databases of thousands of people. There's self-employed people in there. There's business owners in there that might need this. And if they grab it, 8 points. Okay, 8 points. All right, good enough, man. All right, we good to go, team? Everybody good?
Frank.
We're good.
Megan, that was awesome.
All right, cool, man. All right, you guys, have a great one, man. We'll catch up with you here tomorrow. Megan, thank you so much. Really appreciate you.
Anytime.
I didn't share my sound, so I like to go out with music, so we're going to do that because I'm that kind of a guy. It wouldn't be the Loan Officer Breakfast Club unless I did do that. So now we're going to go out of here with music. All right, you guys have a great day. We'll see you here mañana with Chris Johnstone. Adios. Bye-bye.
Everybody, have a great day.